Hello student, today we discuss the reference model, OSI reference model and TCP IP reference model. So those are the objectives today we discuss. First is the TCP IP model, that means a transmission control protocol and internet protocol model. And two services there, connection less service and connection oriented service. So first of all, see the model, TCP IP model, and second one is the OSI reference model. So first of all, we compare both model. So when you see two model, so first of all, we focus on TCP IP model. It contains the four layers. In OSI reference model, what happened? It contains the seven layer. So this is the difference between first difference between two reference model. So now exactly why TCP is come into pictures. So TCP, that is Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol, was developed by Department of Defense Project Research Agency ARPA, and as a part of a research project of network interconnection to connect a remote machine. The overall idea was to allow one application on one computer to talk to another application running on different computers. The TCP/IP model use four layers to perform the function of seven-layer OSI reference model, and those are the layer. Name is first for network access layer or link layer, internet layer, host to host or transport layer, process layer, or application layer. Now, first is the network access layer. So, what are the responsibility? This layer corresponding to combination of data link layer and physical layer of the OSI model. It look out for hardware addressing and protocol present in this layer allow for physical transmission of the data. When just talk about the ARP being a protocol of internet layer, but there is a conflict about the declaring it is a protocol of internet layer on network access layer. It is described as a residing in layer 3 being encapsulated by layer 2 protocols. So the network access layer is functionally equal to the combination of the OSI, physical and data link layer 1 and 2. It look out the hardware addressing. That is the main point, hardware addressing. Now next is the internet layer. So those are the responsibility of the internet layer. This layer parallel the function of OSI network layer. It defines the protocol which are responsible for logical transmission of the data over the entire network. The main protocol residing at this layer are IP, stand for the Internet Protocol, and it responsible for delivering the packet from source to host to the destination host by looking at the IP address in the packet header. And IP has a two version, IPv4 and IPv6. So IPv4 is the one that most websites are using currently, but IPv6 is growing right now as number of IPv4 address are limited in the number when compared to the number of user. So a number of user is increased, so that's why it is required to latest version, that is IPv6. Next is the ICMP, stand for Internet Control Message Protocol, and it is encapsulated within IP datagram and is responsible for providing host within information about the network problem. ARP stand for the Address Resolution Protocol. What are the job? It is job to find hardware address of host from a known IP address. And ARP has several types: reverse ARP, proxy ARP, graduation ARP, inverse ARP. So what is ARP? Address Resolution Protocol. So it resolve the address. So how? Physical to logical and logical to physical. That is called resolution. So this is a very most and prior responsibility of the internet layer. Now host to host layer. Things get bit more complicated at the host to host layer of the TCP/IP model. If the host to host protocol is TCP, the matching functionality is found in the OSI transport and session layer. If the host to host protocol is UDP, then functions same as transport layer of the OSI model. It is responsible for end-to-end communication and error-free delivery of data. The two main protocol present in this layer, TCP and UDP. So it is known as a provide a reliable and error-free communication between end system. It performs the sequencing and segmentation of the data. It is also has acknowledgement features and control the flow of data through the flow control mechanism. It is very effective protocol but has lot of overhead due to such features. Increase overhead leads to increase the cost. Now UDP on the other hand does not provide any such features. It is go to the protocol if your application does not require reliable transport, and it is very cost effective unlike TCP, which is connection oriented protocol, and UDP is the connection less protocol. Now what is the difference between OS and TCP? Before we discuss the uh, process and application layer, the TCP IP process layer, when used with TCP, provide the function of OSI model, presentation and application layer 6 and 7. When the TCP IP transport layer protocol is UDP, the process layers function are equivalent to the OSI session, presentation and application layer. Some of the protocol present in this layer: HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, TFTP, Telnet, SSH, SMTP, SNMP, NTP, DNS, DSCP, NFS, Xwindow, LDP. Now look at the protocol in application layer for some information about this protocol. So HTTP means hyper text transfer protocol. It uses the World Wide Web to manage the communication between web browser and server. And HTTP stand for the HTTP secure. It is a combination of the HTTP with SSL. SSH, it is a terminal emulation software similar to Telnet. The reason SSH more preferred is because its ability maintain the encryption connection. Now, what are the advantages of the TCP/IP? It is a industry standard model that can be effectively deployed in the practical networking problem. It is interoperable. It allows the cross-platform communication among the heterogeneous network. It is open protocol suite. It is not owned by the particular institute and so can be used by any individual organization. It is scalable client server architecture. This allows network to be added without disturbing the current service. Disadvantage: it is not generic in nature, so it is failed to represent any protocol stack other than the TCP should. It is not clearly separate the concept of service interface and protocol, so it's not suitable for the describe new technology in new network. So those are the some disadvantages of the TCP/IP model. Now, what are the difference between OS and TCP? So those are the difference. First is the OSI model deployed after TCP/IP. TCP/IP model developed in 1970. OSI reference to open system interconnection. TCP means transmission control protocol. OSI model has 7 layer. TCP/IP model has 4 layer. OSI use a different session and presentation layer. TCP/IP use both session and presentation layer in the application itself. Transport layer is connection oriented. Transport layer is both connection oriented and connectionless. Protocol are hidden in OSI model, and TCP/IP replacing protocol is not easy. So those are the some difference between TCP/IP and OSI. So now next is a connection oriented service and connection less service. So connection oriented service means what? So first of all, when we establish the communication, it is required to establish the communication, use the connection. So first of all, establish the connection, use the connection, and terminate the connection. So this is called connection oriented service. So it is provided by the TCP protocol on the transport layer. So it connection oriented service, we have established the connection before starting communication. When connection established, when send the message or the information and we release the connection. So that is called connection oriented service. Connectionless service that done by the UDP protocol. It is similar to postal service as it carry the full address where the message is to be carried. Each message is routed independently from the source to destination. The order of message sent can be different from the order received. In connectionless, the data is transferred in one direction from the source to destination without checking that destination is still there, not if the prepared, accept the message. Authentication is not needed in this. Example, the connectionless service is the UDP. So in this protocol, what happen? Establish the connection, use the connection, but connection is not termination, or connection is not terminated. So this is the UDP overview, and that provide the connectionless service. Thank you.